The following contest scheduled for one fall is for the United States Championship. Introducing first, the challenger from Sacramento, California, weighed in at 291 pounds, the Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu.
The question is, can Jacob Fatu follow in the footsteps of his family member, Jey Uso, who earlier tonight won the World Heavyweight Championship? Fatu seeking his first singles title here in WWE. Talk about unpredictable.
Well, Jacob Fatu does not view Jey Uso as a family member. Jacob Fatu is obsessed with winning gold for his family and ushering in a new era of Samoan dominance built in his own image.
Jacob can say whatever he wants, but it's true.
I know that his family is obviously very successful in this business. But whenever I say this guy might be the next one, I'm talking about the entire damn business, not just his family.
Looks like you, McAfee, with the chauffeur driver.
Never in a million years, but LA Knight's arriving in style. They said that was too live and too loud. It overheated. Max capacity of heat of LA Knight in a Maserati.
Megastar entrance in the Maserati, which may well in part be due to the fact that Knight competed twice last night on SmackDown, and that body took a hell of a lot of punishment, and perhaps he needed a little assistance getting down to the ring this evening. Question the smarts of competing so close to this match.
And his opponent from Los Angeles, California, weighing in at 240 pounds, he is the United States Champion, LA Knight.
You know, the entrances really tell a story, Wade, of the contrasting styles of the two men in this match.
Well, LA Knight got this place on their feet, and you like Bob Dylan, right?
Exactly.
Well, my loins, they are a-tingling. That was the famous Bob Dylan hit back in the 60s. And tonight, LA Knight wants to deliver a major hit of his own.
It's actually the times they are changing.
That's not how I heard it.
I get your point. Fatu, LA Knight for the United States Championship. Dozens of WWE Hall of Famers have held the gold over the years. Of course, the very first was mentioned by Triple H in his Hall of Fame speech last night, the great Harley Race. And tonight, LA Knight looks to retain. Jacob Fatu looks to win his first ever singles title in WWE.
Jacob Fatu is not scared to fight you post to post, coast to coast. He is everything that you would want in a champion here at the WWE.
Last night, last month, LA Knight would knock off Shinsuke Nakamura. Oh, look at that. Nice neck breaker by Knight.
This is Knight trying to end things quick, I think. He took a hell of a beating last
night. Oh, went for the BFT, and Fatu countered. And now Knight looking into the eyes of a werewolf.
Well, the game plan of LA Knight was perfect until Jacob Fatu had very different ideas, and there is fear now in the eyes of the megastar.
You know, Wade, I was going to ask you, strategy for LA Knight against this crazy guy.
Throw everything you can at the guy and hope whatever body weaknesses you have are not
pop up Samoan!
Too late. And the ribs of LA Knight, look how badly he had to grab them there.
That's because of the beatdown last night.
Oh, that spine of LA Knight, especially the entire midsection. 2 matches, 24 hours before this defense is absolute insanity. I love the megastar, but sometimes he is completely delusional with that confidence, and he's going to pay the price here.
Jacob Fatu is just a crazy individual. This guy has done stints in prison. When he got out the last time, he said he was going to change his life around. Slept on a mattress in an abandoned home for a number of months just to get an opportunity to try to do this, get involved in combat sports, and he's trying to make the most of it.
Had to learn a lot of lessons on his road to right now.
Yeah, you live that kind of lifestyle, it's going to give you an insatiable hunger. That is the scariest part of Jacob Fatu.
He went for the sunset flip, and LA Knight moves out of harm's way.
Mentally, he's ready. Physically, he's ready. Is tonight the night where he gets gold, or is LA Knight?
Oh, turn it into a cross-body lateral press kick out at 2.
And that frenzy of energy that took over this stadium when the megastar arrived has completely been neutralized now.
Yeah, from Maserati to now, there's a lot less boom.
This is Jacob's WrestleMania debut. Couple of important points here, Wade. He's never been pinned or forced to submit in WWE, and he beat Braun Strowman in a last man standing match to earn this opportunity tonight.
Yeah, it was a match that the whole world thought Braun Strowman was simply unbeatable in. It was a match that Braun Strowman has made his own over the past 10 years. Enter Jacob Fatu, rip up the record books. This guy is completely different to anything we've seen before.
I mean, he's an uber athlete. He's got a killer instinct. Doesn't give a damn about anybody.
His size and his proportion make him very tough to stop.
And smart move by LA Knight. Go to the knee, take out Fatu. LA Knight now with a basement drop kick. Drives Fatu outside the ring.
Fatu, no stranger to the outside of the ring.
And LA Knight now drives Fatu right between the announce tables.
It was an ugly landing for LA Knight, who may well have jarred those ribs once again, caught the rope on the way through.
If you look at LA Knight, he's got about 3% body fat. The amount of work and discipline this man has to the craft of being our champion. It's certainly admirable, but he's in a dogfight with a
look at that power slam, caught Knight in midair. Fatu delivered it, trying to win the United States Championship. Hooks the leg now, and a kick out.
Jacob Fatu just has that intangible quality that terrifies and captivates in equal measures. A natural-born fear factor for the entire locker room due to his abilities to pull off moves like that in the blink of an eye.
I like that, Wade, fear factor.
I mean, he defeats opponents before they even get in the ring with him.
Went for the running senton, and Knight desperately got the knees up to the spine of Fatu.
Literally anything can happen with Jacob Fatu. He's athletic enough to be able to accomplish any move he wants to beat your ass, but then he can also ground and pound you out of here.
You get the sense the game plan of LA Knight is gone, and now it's just a scramble for survival.
LA Knight, though, no stranger to this. Had to fight.
Oh, pop-up Samoan. Tried it again. This time Knight able to counter. Went to the well once too often. Well, maybe not. Oh, LA Knight, nice arm drag.
What a move by LA Knight.
Well, how much is left in this tank of Knight? He simply can't follow it up.
He can't follow it up, but he's getting a little bit of a breather.
Yeah, but Wade, you're a 5-time Intercontinental Champion. That's what being a champ's all about, right? Digging down when you have to.
Ability to dig deep when it matters most. The problem is, can you dig as deep as Jacob Fatu?
Well, that could be the opening.
Maybe yes.
Yeah, Fatu went face first off the steel post. And now LA Knight with some body shots, kicked out of the midsection. And Knight starting the attack on Fatu.
That's our U.S. champion.
LA Knight into the corner with a running knee.
And from looking sluggish to looking like a perpetual motion machine once again.
A lot of yeahs in Las Vegas.
Shoulder to the post. Now on the other side, and LA Knight starting to put the beating on Jacob Fatu. Knight now turns him inside out. LA Knight with an opportunity.
LA Knight knew he was in for a fight and he was ready for it. Now he's going to the sky. Yeah.
Top rope by Knight, takes down Fatu. Big elbow cover for his retention in Vegas, and a kick out at 2.
Well, how clever was that of LA Knight adapting mid-air? Clearly, Jacob Fatu was supposed to be lying flat on his back like most opponents. Gets up to his feet, but Knight still connects with that elbow. Just goes to show you simply can't keep Jacob Fatu down for long, and back again on the offense.
LA Knight just threw his absolute best shot at Fatu.
Fatu just has this beyond human ability to regenerate in record time.
It's one of those lessons we talked about earlier. Toughness, grit.
And LA Knight, he knew it was coming. And again, Knight knows Fatu well. Great defense there.
Great defense, but how do you follow it up when you've had the stuffing knocked out of you and your ribs are on fire? Go for broke, LA Knight.
That's what he's trying to do here. Trying to hook Fatu, who's hung up on the top rope. Big elbow drops Knight. LA Knight now. Incredible athleticism. And he turns it around. Fatu face first. Knight for the win. What a move by LA Knight. Fatu kicks it 2.5. Senior official Charles Robinson was right there with the call.
Incredible athleticism, balance, and raw power from the megastar that really should have been enough. But Fatu once again equal to it.
And LA Knight at this stage of the match, being able to jump all the way up to the top rope.
It's that Kavorka that's thick in the air here in Las Vegas.
Went for the BFT, the blunt force trauma. Fatu follows it up with a super kick. Drops side of the corner. LA is in trouble. Back him on up.
And looking fresh as a daisy once again is Fatu.
And again. Shades of Rikishi.
Just eating Fatu for
And the
dinner.
late, great Umaga. The nephew of both men is Jacob now, heads out to the apron. Fatu heading up to the top rope. Jacob Fatu from the top, Swanton! For the United States Championship. Cover by Fatu, kick out by Knight at 2. What a matchup for the United States title.
2.99 after Jacob Fatu did the unthinkable with a beautiful maneuver, that swanton from the top that really should have put the megastar away, but the megastar just grows into the brightest of spotlights, and it gets no brighter than WrestleMania.
I don't know how the hell LA Knight's still fighting.
First singles championship match in WWE for Fatu. LA Knight with much more experience when it comes to that at this level.
Absolutely. Jacob Fatu just throwing heads at LA Knight as the crowd's coming alive here. Split crowd.
Captivated by Jacob Fatu and his insane abilities.
Top rope moves up. Caught him with a BFT. LA Knight with a BFT on the attempted moonsault, and Jacob Fatu stays alive. Holy hell! LA Knight picked Fatu out of midair in a moonsault with a BFT, one of the biggest BFTs of his career.
From unbelievable to unfortunate in the space of 3 seconds, a perfectly executed BFT against a flying opponent just landed so badly for LA Knight.
Picked off. Jacob Fatu in the sky.
That may have been LA Knight's last hurrah, or was it? Knight still fighting back.
Fatu is hurting in a big way here, unsurprisingly after that BFT.
A kick, LA Knight ribs.
Ribs first on the top buckle.
And El Fatu right to the small of the back. The ribs again, wearing down the champion.
Who would think of hitting a senton in that position?
Oh, Jacob Fatu, obviously. Oh, and there's the Samoan drop from the top.
Every move so powerful and devastating.
Fatu, top rope, moonsault connects. Fatu's not done yet.
Oh.
Jacob's gonna go up top again with another moonsault. Cover by Fatu. Jacob Fatu is the United States champion.
Here is your winner and new United States Champion, Jacob Fatu!
Here to celebrate the legendary Haku. As Jacob Fatu wins the first singles gold of his career in WWE.
First of many, we all assume. But you have to appreciate your first ever title, Jacob Fatu.